This is a battle in the blue tournament between Diplomat and Gojira. It's a battle between the two great rivals, the SITH clan and the Wolf clan. Diplomat is using his favorite Parthia build that I'm sure many of you have seen if you are into tournament play. Sounds like a sort of a cheeky invitation. If you're into a bit of tournament play, it consists of I don't like the build at all, but all the more power to him for using it and making it work. He has a total of 4 Eastern Cataphracts, 1 Indian War Elephant, 4 Parthian Foot. Then he has 2 Mercenary Sarmatians, 1 Noble Horse Archer General, Eastern Spearmen on the flanks, and a center consisting of Mercenary Hoplites and Persian Hoplites. In my opinion, complete waste of time. Of course the build can work, it's just a build that I would feel super what's it called, I wouldn't feel confident using the build, let's just say it that way. But I mean, Diplomat has a lot of experience with it, he has used it against multiple opponents and sometimes to good effect, so But right away, what I do not like for Boii here. Okay, I'll just say what I like first. Sword followers, 4 sword followers, good choice. 2 spear warriors on each flank, decent enough choice as well. Levy freeman, Y and oath sword general. Can work, I guess. The spear warriors are going down quickly now to and just as I said that, the horse archers say quickly now as well. They're going down quickly, and this is because Diplomat is firing into their unshielded side. So their shields are not helping them here, and that makes them drop quickly. So Boii, 6 heavy horse, 5 sword followers, oath sword, and then 3 Celtic skirmishers, 3 levy freemen. So the one thing that Boii should have done from the beginning was just pushed towards Parthia here. Don't worry about the elephants, they can be dealt with. It's only a matter of getting these levy freemen or these Celtic skirmishers, make them give the elephants a single volley. Don't let this happen where the horse archers are able to chip away at the health of the very important spear warriors. Using the levy freemen to screen away the horse archers would have been very important at this point. And he has so much strong cavalry that there isn't much stopping. It might look intimidating with the elephants up here, but if Boii just keeps a few units handy nearby behind the sword followers, rushes in with a heavy horse, I don't think there's much this Parthian build can do to stop that from happening. We'll see though, because this is a fairly strong Boii build, and those elephants are going to have to kill a lot, or the cataphracts are going to have to kill a lot, because Diplomat is doing the smart thing here. He's just kiting back. He's not going to accept this engagement before he's done significantly more damage with his horse archers, which he needs to do, and noble horse archers already up to 44 kills. Doing damage both on spear warriors. This spear warrior is just almost taken off the field, and these guys are not useless when they've run out of ammunition. They can still do a lot of damage because they are super heavy and they have decent enough melee stats. They can do a lot of damage when just charging into units from the rear in the late game. Very good units. A bit on the expensive side, but I quite like them. Now the heavy horse is dropping quickly as well. All of the shots from Diplomat are now firing into the unshielded side of these units. So he's getting a lot of bang for his arrows with these noble horse archers now. And I like what he's doing, because I'll just pause it here. I don't need to pause it, but if you keep your horse archers turned around while firing, then they can disengage and run away a lot quicker, and that is very important with noble horse archers. Because they're super heavy, they're going to take a very long time in turning around. So here we have, looks like we're going to see a main engagement. The Parthian Foot firing. I don't see why Boii doesn't get charges off, doesn't get javelins off, because they weren't stopped. The heavy horse comes in too close to stop, too slow to stop the Eastern Cataphracts. no cavalry counter tactics by the spear warriors, because they are not even in position. But look at how quickly the Persian hoplites are dying super quickly. The cataphracts did lose quite a few men, not really killing a whole lot. This charge was surprisingly ineffective for Diplomat. I mean, some of these guys just totally botched it. So the archers and the hoplite, the archers and the elephants are going to have to do a lot of damage. Sort of miss Micro here with the heavy horse, but the infantry of Parthia, of course, just dying a horrible death. Here we have the general, the slow noble horse archer general of Diplomat, being ganged up on. So if there are some supporting units for Boii around, now would be a great time to use them. These eastern cataphracts doing well enough. Here they are taking a beating, but the elephants coming in from the side, the kills are going to increase significantly. But look at this, Celtic skirmishers not firing. They're firing at these mercenary Dalmatian horse archers. No idea why. Now they're firing at the elephants, but using flaming shots, I don't think that's a good idea. I think they just need to try to kill the elephants instead of making them run amok, because when they run amok, they're still going to be doing damage. They're still going to be scaring units. So just killing the elephants be a very good idea, but this could be disastrous because the Oldstone general is getting focused fired upon in the center here. The general was sent forward for Boii. Now he's frightened and he's getting shot to absolute pieces. Elephants lost. They're starting to lose elephants now, actually. Flaming javelins and flaming shot usually has a bonus against large, and there are spear warriors nearby, so these elephants are taking damage and not killing a whole lot. But if the Boii general dies, somehow Diplomat's general managed to stay alive. But if the general of Boii dies, then this is going to be super difficult. And if you look at it here, he doesn't really have anywhere safe to go at this point. There are elephants directly behind him, so he probably just needs to stay here and take the fire. The elephants didn't get an impressive amount of kills in this battle. They're going to be off the field fairly soon. Close to 200. I get it's not horrible, but it's just not very high value kills. These sword followers are going to do massive things to the mercenary hoplites, destroy them very, very quickly. Still using flaming shot with the Celtic skirmishers. What's actually happening here is that the Celtic skirmishers are breaking the mercenary hoplites. They're breaking the hoplites a bit faster because of the morale effects. In most cases it will be better to just straight up kill them though. But the Oldstone general is just taking a massive beating, and only 2 very depleted units of heavy horse left. So this looks very good for Diplomat at this point. He has skirmishers, he has cavalry, and the skirmishers, the Celtic skirmishers have been firing a lot. The heavy horse are in red morale, now they're in orange morale, so depending on how much ammunition Diplomat has left here, this could be a very easy endgame for him. He didn't manage to snipe the Oldstone general just yet. Firing on these sword followers is sort of questionable, because just getting the cavalry off the field should probably take priority at this point. But he doesn't really have much left for... Diplomat doesn't have much left. And Boii really doesn't have much left either. But the heavy horse are now taking damage. Nice unit of Eastern cataphracts rushing in. Levy Freeman showing just how dangerous they can be in the late game. Look at all of these dead Eastern cataphracts. But the heavy horse, they're also going to be routing off the field momentarily. Levy Freeman can do many things, but they cannot stand up to a charge by cataphracts. The heavy horse is also going to die quickly in combat with the Eastern cataphract. So Boii can try to chase after Parthia and get at the different units, but Diplomat has He has 2 Eastern Cataphract units and his Noble Horse Archer General. So against these units he's going to be able to do massive damage, and the General died of Boii, so this is going to be chain route time. Basically any attack against any of these units is going to make them rout, and still using Flaming Shot here to break his units faster, I assume. Using Flaming Shot, not really needed on javelins against elephants. Just use standard javelins and kill the shit out of the elephants. Rear charge into the sword followers. Sword followers are dead. Yeah, so this is basically over. Boii defeated on Nemetusana by a Parthian, a very balanced Parthian build, I should say. Nice kills on the skirmishers, very impressive. Here we have the Eastern Spearmen getting the most kills out of all the Parthian infantry. Says something about the Parthian infantry. Decent enough kills on this Eastern Cataphracts, but these Eastern Cataphracts, they were sort of subpar, I'd say. Elephants as well, they ran amok very quickly. But if we take a look at the Boii build, getting just over 100 kills, well, let's say 140, 30, those are the kinds of kills you want to have on 1 heavy horse, not on a total of 6 heavy horse. So a bit of a questionable Boii build. I definitely think it could have worked, but I don't think it was being aggressive enough, and it was being aggressive in the wrong ways. Like Gojira sent his Oathsworn General up the center towards a Parthian rush build, and not really sure that was, well, it wasn't a good use of the general. Also, judging by the amount, or looking at the amount of cavalry units Parthia had on the field here, Parthia had 4 cavalry units, so it would have been enough to screen the Eastern Cataphracts with these units, and then kept these units as a threat, maybe together with some levy freemen out on the flanks to go and chase away the Parthian foot archers. But good game, well played to both players. Diplomatt advances to round 3, and in round 3 of the tournament, I believe there's going to be some live streaming of the battles, and it's also going to be a best of 3 instead of just best of 1 like now. Strength and honor.